All right, what's up, everyone? So we are going to do this next video on starting your character off unarmed. So there could be a million different reasons why, but there's a couple things that we have to go over on this to make everything run right. So the first thing I'll do is I will show you how this is going to look. So if we load into Lyra here, you see the character, no real issues. I can run over here. Seriously, every time my character grabs my guns from me. So sorry, it's going to be another couple seconds. I'll wait over here, but basically you can see grab the guns, animation transitions into the rifle animation perfectly fine, no issues. So how we do that is there's really only one file that you have to modify, and that's this B Hero Shooter Mannequin. So that's going to be default under the plugins Shooter Core Content game. If we go ahead and open that up, now we'll go to the event graph, sorry about that. But there's one function that we have to add. That's what we were just looking at. But we're going to add that under the character parts changed. So you're going to do that before anything else happens. So in this add initial inventory, I've disconnected this, and I will show you what happens if we run that without this function here. So let me go ahead and save that. We'll run back in and loading up Lyra. You can see the characters kind of start off, there's no animations. As you just saw the other player, as soon as they grab the guns, they're good to go. But loading in here, you start off in this, it's T-pose, A-pose, whatever you want to call it. Once I grab the gun though, I'm good to go. But that initial loading is broken. So that's what we are fixing by adding this right here. So once we go into here, this is what the function is going to look like. I've named mine InitUnarmedAnim. You can name it whatever you want. What we're going to do is we're going to add a linked anim class layers. So what we want is we want this mesh right here. So that's the mesh you're going to be plugging into there. From here, I do a select. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it, but I think this is cleaner, it's shorter. And what we're checking on here is you've got the unarmed anim layers and the unarmed anim layer feminine. Now the reason why I do that is, again, we grab that mesh right here. We're going to get the display name. So the full display name is going to be this B Hero Shooter Mannequin. C0, character mesh 0. I know it's kind of long. There's a little space in here, and that's important, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then we've got SK Quinn or SKM Quinn Invisible. Now, the reason why that little space is important. So if you load up 3, 4 characters, bots, stuff like that, these are all going to get numbered. This number right here, these are going to increment up for each of the characters in that array. So I don't know if you saw in the top left corner, I always print stuff out. This is right here. I've got that printing out to the screen, helps me debug stuff. But how that works is these are going to increment up. We don't want all of that, right? Because if we just plug this in and we check, because this is what the name of that mesh is going to be, and we're going to get either the female, or say the feminine, or the unarmed anim, that's going to work for us. It's not going to work for everyone else. It's always going to come back as false. So you're going to get the feminine, the Quinn, running around with the regular unarmed anim. So to fix that, what we want to do is we get that display name. We're going to parse into the array. So we'll plug the return value into the source string. Right here is where we're going to add that space. That's that little space that I was talking about right there. So we grab that. We pull from that array. We're going to grab the second item in the array, right? Because arrays always start off with 0. We grab that second item. That's right here. That's that SKM Quinn Invisible. That's what we're checking. If it's true, we're going to grab that feminine. If it's false, we're going to grab the unarmed anim layers. Then we plug that into the class, and that's what we return. So when we go back to the event graph, that's going to connect back into here. Everything's running fine. If we run in here, I can actually show you we're not breaking anything, right? So I had it, but we're not running any initial inventory. But if I go back, I'll compile this. Check this out. We're still plugged in here. And if I go back into the shooter gym, I'm going to get killed in just a second, but you can see everything works without having to break anything, or I guess without anything breaking. So that is how you can run the character with no initial inventory, and you're still keeping the right animated blueprint, or sorry, the right anim layer on that. Let me know if you guys have any questions on that. Let me know what other videos that you guys want to see. From here, I can kind of show, I'm going to be doing some stuff on inventories, hand-to-hand combat, really everything else that I'm going to be building out. I'll show you some parkour stuff a little bit later. But if you have any questions, comments, I guess questions or comments, leave them in the comment sections. If there's anything else that you want to see me do, I know I did talk to someone, or someone made a comment about a first-person video. Those will be coming shortly, but just wanted to get this out there because this is kind of one of the first steps in setting up characters in the future. So I will see you guys next time.